Hey, what's up? My name is Richie, and today I want to show you guys the 3 aim drills that I did to climb from silver to immortal, and hopefully these can help you as well. So with that being said, let's jump right to it. So this first drill is something that I always do and I never skip out on. I think this is the best warm-up that you can do and best practice for basically a lot of different problems that you have with your aim at the beginning of a game or beginning of anything. It is a great practice, and what you want to do is you want to basically keep your crosshair always in the middle of the head of the bot here, and you're just going to move in half circles around the bot here and try to keep your crosshair there. You can also implement like counter strafing, so you kind of like go a little bit more like jittery circles here, not like full half circles. So you go like a little bit more like kind of like this, where you kind of do counter strafing into it, and you can also like shoot and then move to the next one, for example. So you kind of go here and then randomly shoot him, and then you move to whatever the next one. I usually do this drill for like 5 to 10 minutes, but you can obviously do it longer if you want to. But I think 5 minutes is a good minimum that you should do it at least. And then you can move on to your next exercise or your next death match or whatever you want to do after this. Okay, so the next drill that I do is something that helps micro adjustments, and this one is from Ron Rainbow Kim. If you're unaware who that is, it's an aim coach on YouTube, and he basically talks about all the different aspects of gaming, and this one is specifically designed to help you with micro adjustments. Okay, if you're unaware what micro adjustment means, quickly here, flicking is basically the first step of micro adjusting. So you flick to a target, and then if you don't land exactly on the head of the target, you kind of micro adjust to the target's head, and then you can shoot. So how do you know if you have a problem with micro adjustments? Basically, you record your footage or whatever, and if you realize that you oftentimes overflick or underflick, and then you start shooting instead of readjusting, then you have a problem with micro adjustments. And to help this, you can do this very simple thing. So for this drill, what you want to do is you want to go into streak and not into speed, and you can select either 50 or 100 here, and depending on how long you want to do it. And you want to start this, and the cool thing about streak is that the bots don't despawn if you don't flick them fast enough. So what you can do here is you flick to the target, and when you're on the head or besides whatever where you aim, where you ended your flick, you go back to the target and then you kind of do this like jiggle motion on the head, and then you tap him. So you flick, jiggle motion, tap, flick, jiggle motion, tap. So this will practice your aim or your muscle memory to readjust your aim instead of you thinking about readjusting your aim. Because in a match, you're not gonna go here and like, oh fuck, I over aimed, and then I go back and then I shoot. You have to train your muscle memory to do that for you. So this is a great drill to do that. So you go here, flick, jiggle, flick, jiggle, flick, jiggle, and you're just gonna do this for however long you set up your bots, and this will help you a ton. It will probably take like maybe 2 or 3 days till you see some actual improvement in this drill. But I tried this out and it worked for me a ton because I had this problem, and yeah, I can only recommend you do this drill. So for the last drill that I do, I also have quite a few problems with long range fights, or had a few problems with long range fights. And what I would do is I would go into the range, and you can see that these bots kind of always spawn into little groups. So you can see this group over here, you can see this group over here, and usually there's also a group over there. And what I would do, I would shoot these bots in these groups and then move on to the next group. So I wouldn't go like from here to here. I would rather go into like just tapping like them individually in these little groups. So I have to do like a little adjustment instead of like flicking from one side to another. And that rule will help you a ton with these long range fights where you kind of have a little bit more time to aim at the target's heads, but you still have to do like very tiny adjustments. And that is why you shoot these bots in little groups instead of flicking all over the map. And yeah, these are my 3 drills that I do on a daily basis, every time before I start a game, or sometimes if I just want to practice. Yeah, to keep my aim fresh, to improve my aim, and yeah, hopefully these will help you. Obviously, Valorant is not only aiming, but it's a big part of it. So hopefully I could help some of you which have the same problem as me. And yeah, hopefully you guys reach your dream rank, and I'll see you guys back in the next video. Bye.